Guys, welcome back. I want you to listen to this video of Very Dark Man. In that video, it's quite long, but I've only just caught the part that I needed. With the video, it was saying something about there's no evidence whatsoever to say this was what the air hostess did on the Ibom Air saga that went on, right? So guys, listen to what he has to say.
You said all these things happen and everybody in the plane was quiet and they left the girl like that. It's not possible now. Come on. Come on, Nigerians. And you are sending this to me without no proof. I can also send my voice note now to that same person and tell him that I was on the flight. I did that flight. It was that girl that punched the air hostess. Now remove one side of her eye. It was that girl that carried hot water and poured on the leg. Passengers were now saying, oh, no, this one, that one. But there's no proof. If all those things, this thing where this voice note they talk truly happened, there should be one person on that plane. There's always one black sheep. There's always one person that will say, no, this is wrong. Let her come out. Or, like you people, they always talk, anybody will fight for somebody, now call them cloud chaser. There should be one cloud chaser on that plane that will stand the ground to say it's a lie. What you want to do to this girl is injustice. But of course, nobody, and guess what? This thing where this person talk, nobody have videos. But Ibom Air people have videos. I said the only wahala for all of this. Now that naked part, apart from the naked part, I'm on no level. I am here to see the best lawyer that they will carry to go and win that case. I know they follow bandwagon, man.
So you guys heard from him. No proof of the incident happening. Obviously, people who were saying that they are witnesses, and no evidence of what transpired. Whatever, like, you know, blah blah blah. No cloud chaser, no black sheep in the flight to record what was happening. This is that, da. He said there was no proof. However, has he seen a video of a lawyer who happened to be somebody who was sitting rightly beside Miss Comfort on that flight? Guys, hear what this lawyer has to say. Just a short snippet of what he had to say.
We have someone who was on that plane. I think he said he was sitting on the same row, on the other, on the part of that row. He's a lawyer, he's a legal practitioner and a passenger on that Ibom Air flight from Uyo to Lagos. David Ogebe joins us virtually. Mr. David, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you coming. I'm also excited to the fact that you're a lawyer. So we saw your statements. You released your statement, and I wish I could get to part of that statement, maybe later. But you gave your own account of exactly what played out. If I summarize that statement, you were basically saying this lady was triggered. At no point did she refuse. But I'm not going to speak for you. You were on that flight. So tell us, where were you seated, your seat number, where was she seated, and what exactly happened that things escalated to the point? Because what you're going to tell us now is what none of us is... So none of us is privy to what you're about to tell us now. We've only had a statement from Ibom Air, and now a lawyer who was not in that plane but briefed by Comfort has spoken, but you are an eyewitness. So, Barrister, tell us what played out.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm a lawyer, but I'm appearing this morning, and I'd like to just stick to that. Now, I was sitting to her immediate left. So I was on the aisle seat to the left. She was on the aisle seat to the right. So my seat number was 14B. There was a gentleman to my left who was on 14A. So her own seat number should be either 14C or D. I think the window seat is 14D, while she was 14C on the aisle. So we're right next to each other, and it was a small plane. So I think the distance between us was no more than 2 feet. Yeah, so I heard everything. I saw all that transpired. And yes, she was triggered. Even though the lady, the air hostess, the second air hostess who was speaking to her, was directing all her instructions to her, just me sitting down there, I actually felt humiliated myself, just looking at the way the lady was being spoken to. To be fair, Ibom Air instructed very clearly. The first air hostess that came instructed very clearly, no airplane mode, switch off your phone. After takeoff, then you can put on and put flight mode. So it was very clear. The first air hostess addressed us on the emergency exit row protocols. After she did that, she spoke to Miss Emmanson and said, please switch off your phone. She told her twice, and then this first air hostess left to continue her duties. The second air hostess, who is the one blocking exactly who is being shown now, that second air hostess now came towards us in the emergency exit and stood, even from her posture, see that she came for trouble, you know. And Miss Emmanson had been fiddling with her phone. I noticed she was trying to do some stuff, I don't know. And so she told her again, switch off your phone, switch off your phone. And Miss Emmanson said clearly to her, I heard it. She said, please, the buttons on my phone for switch off are not working. They are not working, so I don't know how to switch it off. And the woman said, no, switch off your phone. So that back and forth went on. So at a point, that's the second air hostess said, look, you're even using an iPhone, so you don't need a button to switch it off. So the lady said, okay, I don't know how to do it. Can you do it for me? And she said, I'm not touching your phone. I'm not touching your phone. Just switch it off. She said, I don't know what to do. So the lady now said, okay, go to settings. And when you go to settings, go to general. So the girl was holding and I said, see, please, I can't understand what you're saying. I can't read. I don't know what you're saying. It's saying where I should go to. The woman, the second air hostess now told her, I don't have time for your nonsense. Please just switch it off. She said, I don't, okay. Mr. Martin now asked, okay, can you spell the general? So the air hostess started actually saying G, okay, G, then E. So that was the point that the gentleman on my left and I said, come on, what's going on? You know, calm, don't speak to her like this. Let's, you know, the second air hostess did not even acknowledge her. She didn't even to my side to even see that someone was speaking. So at that point, I asked the gentleman to her right. I said, please, can you just help this lady? You know, I don't use an iPhone. I've never used an iPhone, so I'm not too familiar with settings and all of that. So the gentleman to her right now took the phone and started trying to sort it out. So when that was going on, Miss Emmanson started talking to the second air hostess. I said, why are you embarrassing her like this? Why? I mean, why? And then the air hostess told her, you better keep quiet now. If you say another word, I will deal with you. That was when Miss Emmanson flared up and started cursing. I cannot say the things that she was actually saying because the language was very flowery and X-rated, I can't say. So that was when this second air hostess said, okay, you proceed. And then she left and went towards the front of the airplane. She never came back. At least I don't recollect her coming back through the aisle throughout the flight. So that is exactly what transpired. So after that happened, the gentleman to the right switched off the phone or whatever it was he did. And a couple of passengers tried to say, switch off your phone, don't risk our lives, blah, blah, blah. And then we told them, no, that's not what happened. She never said she wasn't going to switch off her phone. She was trying to switch off her phone. She said she had issues switching it off. And so the passengers calmed down and we took off. So that is what happened. But it was clear, at least to us on the emergency exit row, it was clear that there was a problem here.
So you guys heard there what the lawyer had to say, being in the interview. So I'm sure, Very Dark Man, you have seen these proofs, but I'm here to see a video from you saying that, oh, that person, that lawyer is not a witness, because you said you want a witness, right? And like I said, we all know the issue of this matter started with turn off your phone. I'm not turning on my phone. Turn off your phone is on airplane mode, right? So you expect that there will be somebody to film. And from the lawyer's side of the story, people at some point were talking. There might not be video proof of what happened, but people were there. And I would say that lawyer's statement is not the one that will just say, oh no, it's not clear enough. So you guys heard the video there. So now I am pleased to come here and tell you now that Miss Comfort Emmnson has actually filed a lawsuit. So I just found that video and I'm going to put it on the screen here. So not video, as a newspaper, okay? And it was posted by Vanguard, and I'm going to screenshot it in case you're interested in going to read it. So it says here, according to Vanguard, this news was released August the 16th, today actually. It says that Ibom Air Saga, guys, I'm glancing to the side because I've got my laptop, I'm reading the news from my laptop. So it says here that Emmanson sues federal government, NCAA, orders for 500 billion naira over alleged aviation impunity. So it says here that Lagos public interest lawyer Ayodele Ademiluyi has dragged the federal government, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, and several other parties before the Federal High Court Lagos, demanding 500 billion in damages over what he described as a blatant breach of the rule of law in handling 2 aviation infractions involving popular musician King Wasiu Ayinde and passenger Miss Comfort Emmnson. Very dark man, you said you are here to see a lawyer that would argue this case. Why don't we both watch if there's anything in this case? Because if there's nothing in this case, I don't think she'll be going ahead with a lawsuit. And me, I'm of the opinion that yes, she should file a lawsuit. So let me keep reading. The suit filed under the number, I'm going to put the number on here, lists has responded the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Aviation Festus Keyamo, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Ibom Air, Value Jet, the Nigerian Correctional Service, King Wasiu Ayinde, the Nigerian Police Force, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, the State Attorney General, and the Airline Operators of Nigeria. Those are the respondents, okay? So the news continues saying that addressing a press conference, Ademiluyi, if I find that video, I'll put it. If not, Ademiluyi, that is the lawyer, who is also convener of the Movement for Justice and secretary of the Radical Gender Movement, stated that the action was necessary to enforce accountability and protect the public interest. According to him, the matter transcends the personalities involved and points to systemic decay in the aviation sector. In quotes, our aviation system needs a complete overhauling. We cannot allow impunity to reign or degenerate into a banana republic where someone can stop a plane with their bare hands and walk away without consequences, he said. The lawyer criticized the handling of the 2 incidents, alleging an imbalance in the treatment of both parties. He accused authorities of failing to arrest, arrange, or prosecute Kwamwon Adeori King. Adeori King. I don't know the lyrics. Despite allegations against him, while Emmanson faced immediate sanctions. He said, in quote, "It's a gross imbalance. There was no arrest, no arraignment, no prosecution of Mr. Kwamwon. In fact, he was rewarded with a brand ambassadorship for the aviation sector." Yes, so yes, now they are now showing us water bottle with his name on it and picture on it. Like, what is that supposed to mean? What message does that send to the public? He argued that the appointment of King Wasiu as a brand ambassador was inappropriate and undermined the integrity of the sector. I agree with him. In quote, "If someone can stop a plane with their bare hands and be appointed a brand as ambassador, it sends the wrong signal." In fact, many people will start doing the same. They would go onto the tarmac and try to stop the plane with their hands. So they continue saying that Ademiluyi further alleged that Minister of Aviation Festus Keyamo had acted in a manner unbecoming of his office, claiming he appeared to be speaking for one of the airlines involved rather than enforcing the law. "We are asking for an order of mandamus to compel relevant authorities to take proper action against those involved, particularly Mr. Kwamwon. Kwamwon don't buy markets." In quote, "This is not about celebrity status or political connections. It's about the sanctity of the rule of law," he said. The lawyer also faulted the role of the Airline Operators of Nigeria in the Emmanson case, accusing the body of acting as, in quote, "complainant, prosecutor, and judge." It's true, I'm sure you're going to agree with me. When it initially imposed a life ban on Miss Comfort Emmnson, a sanction letter which has later been withdrawn. Meanwhile, she was locked up in Kirikiri. They continued, in quote, "The central issue remains Mr. Kwamwon is walking the street free. That is a big slap on the rule of law." He stressed, "The suit we have filed is a public interest action. The collective interest of the polity is at stake," he said. He also continued saying that he urged the judiciary to use the case to set a precedent that no one, regardless of influence or status, is above the law. So it, like said, that's that. So Miss Emmanson, yes, she don't sue all those people, and all those people are listed as the respondents, okay? So now the thing that now came again to want to share with you is the fact that the Federal Airports and Authority of Nigeria has disassociated themselves from this case. So this lawsuit was filed today, 16th of August, and the FAAN, they have distanced themselves. So it's a long read. I'm going to put a screen roll of it here, but I'm going to put a screenshot here and I'm going to read it out. So it says that the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria has dissociated itself from the initial handling of the incident involving a female passenger, Comfort Emmnson, at the Murtala Mohammed Airport Terminal 2, Lagos on Sunday. So why are they distancing themselves? So I don't understand why they are distancing themselves, because like I said, like this lawsuit said, they were the front, Festus Keyamo and co, they were the, arrester, front, judge, prosecutor, and all of the rest. Guys, let me know your thought and opinion in the comment section, because I can't wait to actually figure out what this is going to be like. And this lady has done the right thing. Like I said from the other videos I've made, I am not saying that the way this lady reacted is the best way to go about it, but who are we to say no, she shouldn't have reacted that way, she should have behaved better, my children cannot? Yes, your children cannot react that way, but then she's not your daughter. You cannot react that way. Yes, you are not Comfort Emmnson. And me sitting down here, I'm not giving her a pat on the back for reacting that way. But then it just goes to show that we are human. The way I'm going to react if I find myself in such a situation is different from how you yourself you're going to react in that situation. Guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Do you think this law case or this suit, do you think it's going to fly? Or do you think, according to Very Dark Man, lawyer Very Dark Man, no lawyer can ever fight this case? There's nothing in this case. Guys, leave your thought and opinion in the comment section. And like I said, there's a witness already, a lawyer who was actually sitting beside Miss Emmanson in the flight, who has also shared his views. Let me know what you think about the witness as well. And at some point, in one of the interviews as well, there was a pilot who also shared his views, and he actually put all of the blame on Ibom Air. Maybe I should put out a disclaimer. This pilot is not a pilot for Ibom Air, okay?
Okay, so the first gap I noticed was I did not see where the cabin crew, as the flight attendants, called the pilots to say, hey, this is what's going on. The second gap I noticed is when the lady in question hits the flight attendant, nothing was done. Someone decided to start making a video. I say it all the time. Instead of making a video, why don't you try and resolve the issue? But social media these days is, I want to be the one who posts the video. Now, for the entire situation, there are three people I blame. Number one, the security agencies. Number two, the flight crew, the entire flight crew, captain, first officer, and flight attendants. And number three, the ground personnel. There should be some form of training to bridge conflict resolution among all three. Where, okay, if this is happening, we have an unruly passenger who makes the final call of kicking them off. Okay, who now decides to kick them off? From what I saw, it was almost like it was the ramp agents were the one that were bringing her out. That's not done anywhere except in Nigeria. You have police, you have airport police. The reason for airport police, that is literally, other than protecting lives and well-being, is for situations like that where if you have to take someone out, because the police is not just police for, like I said, protecting lives. They are also a form of sensitive security. When you see a police officer and he says, hey, you have to do this, you have to respect his authority. Nothing like that was done. Instead, it seems like the ramp agents took the laws into their hands to forcefully remove her. And then she was also assaulted in the process. So I don't know what the training is like in Nigeria, or how they get their training done, or what's who. And if you now relate the same thing with what happened on the guy's case, I think they said he's a musician or something. Yes, it's looking like selective justice because nobody did that to him. But it can't be like, say, because in Nigeria, when they feel say nobody know, she can just get the whole brunt of the law. And for him, he came out and apologized. For her, I don't know, but I don't think she's even been given an opportunity to apologize. I heard this morning that she's in Kirikiri prison, and I'm like, wait, when did the judge preside on this? When did all of these things go on? I went on the internet and I said, yeah, it's social media.
So I think maybe that's what he does. But yes, he has ideas of when things like this happen. And also, guys, let me know your thought and opinion in regards to when one of the interviews, it was asserted that Miss Emmanson said she could not read or something. Could she be dyslexic? There are some people like that no, they can speak perfectly well, but when it comes to reading, they can't read. Guys, leave your thought and opinion in the comment section. For those of you who are into all these neurological things, when people are dyslexic and stuff like that, do you think this could be the case? Leave your thought and opinion in the comment section as always. And like I said, do you think this lawsuit filed by Miss Emmanson, 500 billion naira, do you think it's going to fly, or do you think in Nigeria nothing like that is going to happen? And like I did in my previous live stream, that if you've not watched it, I'll leave a screenshot here. Miss Comfort is receiving loads of offers from loads of men. In fact, somebody said that he's inviting her to Houston in Texas, and that he was going to give her $100,000 for whatever. Another advisor to whoever they called him, that one too is offering her 500,000 naira. Another man is offering her a new iPhone Pro Max. Like, are these gifters really genuine? Guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. And if you've watched this video till now, you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section based on all of these things that I've mentioned, the lawsuit, the videos from the lawyer witness, and also the expertise of the pilot, who also shared his own views based on what he knows about aviation things and everything in general. And guys, if you're yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on the post notification, do not hesitate to join my membership, and I'll catch up with you in another video. Alright, you're all gonna learn. Yeah, because why is FAAN running when they saw a lawsuit? I'll be back, guys. Bye.
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I stamp on it. In a private plane, I lamp on it. Then call me bank on it. Cause I walk around with the bank on it. Show them Gangnam Style.